Another announcement today on the beautiful Pistol Guardian. Warfare will update Guildhall Arenas and World Reconstruction Beta. Greetings, Mist Warriors. We're here to go into a little more detail about some of the upcoming World vs. World and World vs. World adjacent changes. These are part of the overall schedule of content coming to the game over the next couple of months, which you can learn in the recent Stadia update. We have seen that already, of course. Guildhall Arena update. Guildhalls have been long space where players can gather them together and craft their own unique gameplay experiences. Roller beetle race courses, jumping bosses, Azora football, and more. Yeah, true. We have gotten that. It's a bit scuffed, but yes. We are always ready to see the creative community at work, and we want to give creators a few new tools to their toolbox. This is actually huge. Right now, Guild Wars 2 has a lot of things that you can do, but not that many toolboxes, not many tools to actually make your own content. And this is actually a very good way of doing it. You know, the Guildhall has a lot of good things that you can do with, but the tools are a bit scuffed, and we don't have that many. So if they can actually pull this off, it will be an insane thing for Guild Wars 2, because not only it's a good thing in Guild Wars 2, no other MMO has this. Currently, Guildhalls are limited to using PvE game balances rules, true, creating a very different combat experience that we would found in Wars War or PvP. In January, we'll be adding a new option that allows you to choose whether your Guildhall arena uses PvE Wars World or PvE game mode balance to play. So beforehand, it was only PvE, and if you wanted to do Wars War activities or PvE activities, you couldn't do it in Guildhall, even though it had all the tools in order for you to actually do this correctly. But now, you can actually change in between these different balances, so you can actually do it as you like. If you want to have a PvE balanced PvP arena, I guess you can do it, but most likely they're going to be using for PvP stuff and War vs. World stuff. It will be great for tournaments as well, right? Additionally, we'll be introducing options to allow you to extend PvP combat outside the confines of the guild arena. Allow you to extend PvP combat outside the confines of the guild arena. Oh, so you can just... This could be interesting for like something like a Battle Royale even, where you have your whole guild hall as a map in order for you to play around with. This actually solves the problem that we have not gotten any PvP maps in a long time. So this kind of helps it. So we can actually make our own PvP maps even. Probably would have to actually get the objectives as well inside of that. But we could actually create our own game modes. Just like something like Guild Wars, Warcraft 3 or stuff like this. You used to have like Dota or whatever. Imagine if we could have League inside of Guild Wars 2, guys. That would be fucking insane. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what we're gonna get here. Anyone knows the player limit on League Hall? It's actually very scuffed right now. I hope that they're gonna mention they're gonna fix this, because otherwise every one of their tools here that they're gonna give us is not gonna be worth it. Because right now what happens is that you get people in and you can't get that many people in the Guild Hall, and it creates multiple instances and you can't join the other ones, and ends up being very, very annoying. So hopefully it works out. Additionally, we'll be introducing options to allow you to extend PvP combat outside of the confines arena, blah, blah, blah. Sky arrows, duels, anyone. Ho ho! That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. We look forward to seeing what you would do with your new battlefields with the features goes live in late January. I really hope that when they do this, they fix that problem with the instances, because otherwise it's gonna be a complete disaster. Hopefully they know, and if not, let me be telling you this in it. You need to fix this, because otherwise, even though these are great changes, no one's going to be able to use them. So you need to fix this problem, otherwise it's going to be... I know that they know. They must know. They must know. I think they're going to do it. Although, like, why else would they... They're not stupid, right? They're not stupid. They're not going to, like, just get all of this content here and then not fix the problem that will essentially delete all of it, all of their efforts. There's no way, right? But real time, I would really like that. I would really, really like that. That'd be fucking great. World Reconstruction news. As a refresher, we're in the process of making some big changes on how teams are structured in the War vs. World game mode. Currently, players choose a world, Blackgate and Desolation, to play on, and each week they are matched up against other worlds based on their performance in the previous match. This system has one critical flaw. Seasonal player population fluctuations and world transfers can result in some teams feeling very empty and others feeling unbearably full. To address this, we sometimes link worlds together as a single team, but the relatively small pool of worlds make it difficult to create balanced team matches from a player population standpoint. World Reconstruction is a feature that aims to address players' population imbalances and create great matches. It achieves this by deprecating the current concept of shards, aka worlds of service, and introducing a team building system to the game mode in which players or guilds are programmatically redistribute to new teams, previously known as shards, and set schedule. This gives us more flexibility and granularity when creating new teams and helps address natural fluctuations in population over time. It will also give players more agency in choosing who they want to play with on an ongoing basis, and allows long-standing communities to continue playing together. So essentially, we'll delete servers in the way they work right now. You won't be in a server. You should be in a certain world, I guess, that you can move around with, and it will essentially be made in a way that you can play with your friends. But because you're gonna, tell the game, I want to play with this person for the next, season or whatever, this week, and you'll be able to, get into the world, play with them, and you'll be, ideally well balanced, right, in terms of population in that world, right? In the previous update, we talked about adjusting our priorities to focus on releasing a live, always-on version of World Reconstruction as soon as possible, rather than waiting for the complete version of World Reconstruction. This moved up our timeline for releasing the first version of World Reconstruction system, and we are now approaching what the hope is the final beta test before we enable this system 24/7. The beta will include bug fixes for World vs. World guild selection visual issues, several queue filing bugs, incorrect map names being shown in the contact list and guild panel, players being redirected to the wrong map, and various UI issues at reset. We'll also added some new metrics on our team building algorithm to create more balanced matches, taking into account commanders, time zones, and more. What's been postponed? They have essentially postponed some things in order to get this part, which is the World Reconstruction thing, the balance in terms of population part, right now or very, very soon, and what's gonna be postponed. Alliances. Alliances refers to an additional group management system on top of a World Reconstruction that allows multiple smaller World vs. World guilds to band together as a single entity for team creation. For now, we're focused on developing the best version of the team building algorithm and maximizing the player experience at the World vs. World guild level. It's worth noting, like, the current planned player cap for an alliance is 500, which is identical to the current max roster size for the single guild. In other words, guilds as they currently exist can be used as a proxy for alliances. Target this part is gonna get delayed, right? The alliance part. Instead, we're gonna just get World Reconstruction, which ideally would even more, because I think that there's a lot of people who are kind of scared of alliances in the way they were gonna work. But I think, and this is probably why they're postponing it as well, because they want the World Reconstruction to be the big thing that they wanna invest in, so the balance issues are, in terms of population, are fixed like very fast, right? And hopefully, I think hopefully that is how it ends up working, right? Team transfers. Once a match has started, there will not be a way for players to initiate a transfer between teams. Players will need to wait until the next team creation event or season to be placed in a different guild. To help mitigate this in short term, we'll be reducing the duration of a season from 8 weeks to 4 weeks. This makes sense. Still, 4 weeks is probably a long time, but I guess you can't really not have something like this, of course. You need some sort of permanence in terms of the seasons. You cannot just go around in one world to the other, because then if you're starting losing one, you're gonna go to the next one, and it'll be a disaster. You have to have some sort of way at it. You have to have some sort of thing that prevents you from just switching whenever you're having a bad time, right? Where do we go from here? This is just the beginning of the World Reconstruction system. We have several features that we are discussing in the future implementation, depending on what player feedback looks like after the first version of the system is live. Some examples include additional World vs. World guild information and management in the guild panel, team building algorithm adjustments and improvements, scoring adjustments. On the next time, to recap, in Q1 2024, we'll be running World Reconstruction beta. This beta helps us approach the goal. If the beta goes well, we'll move forward with turning the system on full time. So I guess we're gonna get World Reconstruction beta, the final one, ideally, on Q1 2024. They didn't say January, so that makes me think that it's not gonna be January, because they did say January about the other guild hall stuff. So I'm guessing it's gonna be late Q1, which is very so we've been waiting here for this for a long time. I really hope they pull it off very soon. I hope it's not like literally the end. I hope it's like February at least. I guess they probably don't want to say, because they probably are trying to make everything work as soon as possible, and they don't want to say like, guys, it's gonna be February, and then it gets delayed and people are mad. They probably just want to be like, It's gonna come. Just wait for us, you know. Assume March 32nd. Yeah, that's probably the best way for your mental health. Okay, just do that. But good news, especially the Guildhall ones. I'm very excited for, you know, Battle Royale in Guild Wars 2. And the World Reconstruction, I hope it comes fast. And it works perfectly. Other than that, we'll see what happens. I'm very happy though that they're communicating. They are doing a better job at communicating. These blog posts are great, and I'm happy for them. So there you go.